We have officially arrived at the 2025 track and field season, and after the historic Olympic year that was 2024, where we saw various dominant wins, countless unforgettable world records, and one of the closest finishes in Olympic history, we are now entering a brand new cycle of athletics that could bring us a few new superstars in our sport. For this new year, we have a few key athletes to keep our eyes on, and first and foremost, we have to mention Gout from Australia, or it might be pronounced Gwat. This kid completely took over the sprinting news in December of 2024, and with his unreal improvements over the past year or so, his name could reach brand new levels of success in 2025. Up next is the rising Botswana talent, Letsile Teboho, whose recent progression has also been quite incredible, and many are actually calling for world records from this 21-year-old. And lastly, we need to mention the Olympic champ Julian Alfred from St. Lucia, whose 100 and 200 talents almost seem limitless. 2025 really does have the potential to see some amazing things go down in our sport, both in the track and in field events. And for this year's World Championships, set to take place in Tokyo, athletes have a huge stage to shoot for this upcoming September. However, en route to this year's Global Championship, we have a few key moments that could bring us brand new world records once again. And first and foremost, we have Jakob Ingebrigtsen, who is actually set to go after one of the most interesting world records in track and field, and it was set back in 2004 by one of the greatest names in running history. In the mid to late 2000s, one athlete was the absolute greatest in all of middle distance and long distance running, and this man was Kenenisa Bekele from Ethiopia. In the 5,000 and the 10,000 meters, and especially in cross country, Bekele was as close to unbeatable as you could be, as he set the 5,000 and 10,000 meter world records that stood for well over a decade. Bekele's endurance abilities and his unbelievable finishing kicks made him a formidable opponent against pretty much anyone for close to 10 years. And even though these outdoor world records were some of the greatest ever, there's actually another world record that he set during this time that has now officially stood for more than 20 years. On February 20th of 2004, Bekele set the indoor 5,000 meter world record with a time of 12:49.6. A time that equates to an overall pace of 4 minutes and 7 seconds per mile, or 2 minutes and 33 seconds per kilometer. This was actually one of 3 separate world records that Bekele set during 2004, and to this day, it has stood strong against any other challenger in running history. But for 2025, Jakob Ingebrigtsen has different thoughts about this long-standing world record, and many believe that this time is not only a possibility for Jakob, but they believe that this 24-year-old Norwegian is set to absolutely smash this world record from Bekele. If we go back to June 10th of 2021, Jakob set his current 5,000 meter PR with a time of 12:48.45. And during this very exciting race that took place in Italy, he took down a huge international field that included various Olympic and global medalists and the world record holder, Joshua Cheptegei. For this 5,000 meter race, Jakob managed to close his final 400 in 56.5 seconds, which at any point during an athlete's career would be an amazing final 400. However, for this specific 5,000, it is very important to remember that Jakob Ingebrigtsen was only 20 years of age during this race. Here's a chart looking at Jakob's 1,500 meter progression since the 2016 season. And here's a chart looking at his 3,000 meter progression since that exact same season. And finally, here's his 2,000 meter marks that lead to his world record of 4:43.13